Hi everyone! I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm really excited about today's episode because we're going to talk about a problem almost every English learner has: understanding movies and TV shows in English.
Hi, Paul. Hi, everyone listening. Welcome back to English Mini Talks. Yes, having difficulty understanding movies and TV shows in English is such a common issue. Even people who have been studying English for years can struggle with it. And if you like learning English in a practical, fun way, give us a like and subscribe, because today we'll show you exactly why movies can feel so tricky and what you can do to finally understand native speakers.
Absolutely. And you know, sometimes when I watch English movies, I feel like I know all the words individually, but the sentences together just fly past me. It's like my brain doesn't catch them in time.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. Have you ever been in that situation where you pause a movie 10 times in 10 minutes because you can't follow the conversation?
Definitely. Just last week, I was watching an American series, and even though I knew almost all the words separately, the conversation didn't make sense. I kept rewinding and still felt lost.
Me too. And the crazy thing is, it's not because your English is bad. There are real reasons why it's hard to understand movies. Today, we'll go step by step and explain them in detail.
So, the first major challenge is what we call connected speech. This is really the most common reason learners struggle with listening.
Connected speech. That sounds a bit technical. What exactly does it mean?
Well, connected speech happens when native speakers naturally link words together in conversation. In textbooks, words are usually written clearly separated, but in real life, people don't pause between every word. Instead, words flow into each other.
Oh, can you give an example?
Of course. Think about the phrase, "what you doin'?" If you're reading it in a textbook, it doesn't make sense, right? But in connected speech, it's actually, "what are you doin'?" The R gets almost swallowed, and actors say it so fast that it sounds like one word.
Wow. And I've got to go is actually I have got to go, right?
Exactly. And there are even subtler cases. For example, I'm gonna is I am going to, but it's almost impossible to hear the separate words unless you know connected speech patterns.
Oh, now I understand why sometimes I can catch individual words, but the full sentence just escapes me.
Yes, and in movies, it gets even trickier. Actors whisper, mumble, or shout depending on the scene, so the pronunciation is very different from what you learn in class.
That makes so much sense. So practicing connected speech is like training your ear to catch these fast, linked sounds?
Exactly. Listening to lots of natural English, like movies or conversations, and paying attention to patterns helps your brain recognize the connections automatically over time.
Now, the second challenge is something I think almost everyone does, focusing too much on individual words instead of the overall meaning.
Oh, yes, I do this all the time. Whenever I hear a word I don't know, I stop and try to figure it out. But by the time I understand that one word, the conversation is already moved 10 steps ahead.
Exactly. Even native speakers don't understand every single word all the time. The key is to focus on the general meaning of the conversation first.
Yes, and you know, I remember watching a detective show once. There were lots of words I didn't know, but by focusing on the main idea, I could still follow the mystery. It was much more effective than pausing at every word.
That's a great tip. So basically, don't get stuck on unknown words, learn them gradually through context, and your comprehension will improve naturally.
The third challenge is language content and cultural references, which can be really surprising for learners.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. Can you explain more?
Sure. Modern movies try to be authentic, so characters use slang, local accents, and cultural references. These aren't usually taught in textbooks. For instance, a British teen show might have expressions that only London teenagers use. If you don't know the slang, you'll be confused, even if you understand every word individually.
Wow, that reminds me of when I watched a series with the word wrist rocket. I had no idea what it was.
Exactly. And that's not just vocabulary. Cultural references like Nam, referring to the Vietnam War, or getting a promposal in American teen movies can be confusing if you aren't familiar with the culture.
Oh, I see. So even subtitles sometimes don't help if you don't know the culture.
Right. That's why it's important to gradually immerse yourself in English content so these references become familiar over time.
The fourth issue is about how sound is presented in movies, which is very different from real-life conversations.
I don't quite understand. What do you mean by that?
In real life, we hear sounds from different directions. For example, someone might be speaking directly in front of you, traffic is on your left, and music is playing behind you. Your brain naturally separates these sounds and focuses on the conversation.
Oh, so in movies, everything comes from the same speaker.
Exactly. The actor's voice, background music, and sound effects all come from the same source, your TV or headphones. That makes it harder for your brain to focus on the dialogue.
That makes so much sense now. I always wondered why busy scenes felt so confusing.
Subtitles can help a lot in this case because your brain gets visual guidance to follow the words. Another important point is how to use subtitles effectively.
Oh, I'm curious about that.
You can start by listening to your native language audio while using English subtitles. Then move to English audio with your native language subtitles. Next, listen to English audio with English subtitles. And finally, aim to watch without subtitles.
Ah, it's like a step-by-step training method for your brain to connect sounds and text.
Exactly. Gradually, your ear learns to recognize words, sentence patterns, and connected speech without relying on subtitles.
And finally, don't forget to choose movies you enjoy.
Absolutely. If you're bored, you won't pay attention and your English won't improve. Action, romance, comedy, documentaries, anything you like is fine.
That makes sense. Learning English through movies isn't about forcing yourself. It's about enjoying the process.
To summarize today's points,
First, connected speech makes English sound faster than it looks. Second, focusing too much on individual words slows comprehension. Third, cultural references and slang can confuse you. Fourth, movie sound is one-dimensional, which makes dialogue harder to follow. Fifth, using subtitles wisely and choosing movies you enjoy can make a big difference.
right. Learning English is a journey, and movies will feel challenging at first, but with practice, patience, and the right strategies, you'll get better.
Thanks for listening. If you found today's discussion useful, give us a like and subscribe so you won't miss future tips for understanding English movies and series. See you next time.